And therefore, we are going to make sure that we look at the various aspects of our discussion today. There will also be question and answer session, and therefore you will be permitted to ask questions along the line. So without much ado, I welcome all of you, and then I will share my screen, and then we are going to look at what I want us to, the presentation that we have, so that we can see what we can learn along the line. Okay. So, yes. You are all welcome. I think I know others are joining. You are welcome, Mrs. Alice Badago. Yeah, so today we are looking at the career development, and then we are using the Silverman Financial Literacy Institute as a platform of training. Okay, so most of you knows this institution already, and we are using this. So we will move straight onto the introduction part of the organization. So most of you are already aware because we have done a number of presentations. So you know us that we are a training and development institute, and we focus on enhancing the financial literacy and the human capacity development with contemporary mixed learning mode. And then our mission is to reach every enthusiastic learner with financial, personal, and business education customized to the needs of individuals and institutions in an efficient manner. So our core value is trust, innovation, leadership, and continuous learning. And our history, for those of you who don't know us, we have been into reading, publication, and book writing for some time. And then we champion dissemination of educational materials and the rest. And therefore, Secret Silverman Company Limited has been granted a license as a publisher, and then has been received a licensing publishing institution. So we have been operating, and we have a number of publications which I will be showing you along the line. Out of this, we set up the Silverman Financial Literacy Institute. And therefore, our focus has been on microfinance, financing, accounting, personal development. That's what we have been looking at. Now, the one speaking to you is Siegfried Kofi Badago. Most of you know me already. And if you don't know me, I'm a chartered accountant by profession. Last year, I was awarded as the CFO of the year in Myanmar, where I work, and I'm a fellow of ACCA. I also have 2 master's degrees, an executive MBA and an MSc. I've been in a management consultancy, microfinance, and accounting setup for various countries, including Ghana, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Egypt, Zambia, Malawi, Myanmar, and the USA. I'm also into writing, and therefore those who know me, they know that I publish some books, which I will show you soon. And I've also led a number of due diligence processes and then funding management for many large size institutions. Okay, so for our publications, we have the 18 Laws of Personal Development, which is a beginner's book of how you can understand yourself, how you can set up your business, how you can set up yourself into some productive business or development, even if it's career development. and therefore it gives a lot of insight, even the spiritual aspect. The second book is Permanent Wealth, which is, I would say, the book two of the 18 laws of personal development. And it also gives a lot of insight, plus how you can set up a business that can last beyond your lifetime. We know that some people just work, they retire, and then that's the end of it. They die and they go away. But this book will show you how you can build down something that will last beyond your lifetime. The third book is the Microfinance Textbook, for which many people knows about. Very popular, even on Amazon, and all over Africa is selling. And then it's quite a sizable book, about 375 pages. And it gives a lot of insight about microfinance, banking, and then a financial services sector. Then the other book is the Embattled Earth, which talks about the end time and how you can adjust yourself according to the laws of nature, so that you don't find yourself disturbed by the forces of nature. So these are the books that we have published, and there are others on the way. And you can get any of our books, and then you will really love it. So now let's move to our today's topic. We are focusing on career development. As I said on the introduction, we know that some people get money at the early stage, but along the line, they begin to lose money as they are growing older. You also see that some people income continue to increase and increase and increase even as they grow old. We can see example in the Bible about the father of faith, which is called Abraham. His resources and his potential continue to grow even as he grow older. Then there are some people, you can see them like our boxers or our footballers and the rest. Their income quickly dwindle when they are no longer in active service. So we want to look at what we can do in order to have a sustainable income for our life. Sustainable means that something that can last beyond even our age. Okay, so the objectives today is to elicit the best out of us, to focus on personal development with the focus on career, with the main focus today is on career development, though there is a general personal development path. And then we are going to look at how we can identify our talents, how we can set our career goals, and then how we can grow our businesses, grow your career as you continue to grow personally, okay? Or maybe you are growing old in terms of age, okay? And then continuous personal development, okay? At the end of the day, we are going to have the opportunity to ask questions here and there. So I will welcome those who have joined so far. I can see someone, Lynn. Lynn, you are welcome. And also,
Thank you.
yeah, Hope, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. And then, yeah, I've already welcomed Alice, and then Joshua, Elijah, Serena, and then also our brother Stephen Mensah, who joined earlier. Thank you all for coming on board. And I know we are also on Facebook Live at the moment. So for those who, you can also send your comments on Facebook, and then we shall reply as well. Okay, so let's go to our slide. So let's look at this career planning steps. Career planning steps. The first one is self-assessment. This is followed by career awareness, then goal setting, skill training, then performing. So all this involves what we call career development. So self-assessment. You see, the word is saying self, not somebody assessing you, but you assessing yourself. Then you move to career awareness. So let's take it step by step and then see what we can learn from this aspect. Are we all here? Okay, let's go ahead. Career assessment. So career self-assessment. The first thing and the primary thing that I would like everybody to know is that you must identify what you are good at. Or in other words, you must know what you are not good at. There are some people who are born with natural talent to play football, or maybe to play basketball, or maybe to run very easily in the track and field activity. There are some people who are also very good in the academic. Even in this academic side, it could be broken down into various facets. Maybe the person is good in arts subject rather than the sciences. Somebody is very good in the sciences than the arts. Or somebody is good at the business subject, or the using numerical, accounting, finance things. So the first thing that you have to do as a person is to identify what you are good at. In the previous video that we have, which I'll share with all of you now, we talk about how your temperament can also determine what you are good at and what you are not good at. And therefore, we have a video on this, and we can still share this video. It's on Facebook on our page, and if you learn a lot of things from it. So you must first be able to identify what you are good at. That is the first step of career assessment. Then this will be able to give you a way to select the area that you are choosing for your future development. Now, if you know these things, it is now easy for you, because I always say that there is no human being that is born with no good ability. In other words, every human being has come with a specific talent, which you need to identify. So the first point of identifying your talent is to look at what you are good at, what you can do very easily without struggling, what you can do without anybody forcing you to do it, what you can do without anybody pressurizing you. If you identify those things, probably or possibly that is where your talent is. Are you getting it? Because there are many people, they have to struggle maybe over mathematics, or struggle over English, or struggle over various subjects or whatever. Okay. But maybe the person is very good at cooking at home. You could see that this person is tailored for catering services, a big time business person who may be good in a restaurant business or things like that. Okay. And then there is somebody also struggles a lot, but is very good in putting needles together to make fashions and the rest. The person might be programmed for fashion and things that have to do with clothing business. In other words, I would say that nobody, no human being is a negative to the extent that there is no talent at all. But it is because the person has not been able to identify, has not been able to spot their talent. Are we getting it? Therefore, the first point is to identify what you are good at. from the beginning, or where your interest lies. And this alone will go to improve and then help you to identify your career path. And then you can easily pursue what you are good at from the beginning and develop the skill to the highest level. That is what we can talk about. Okay, so now we will proceed to the next session. Then we are talking about, okay, I can see Stephen. Stephen has raised hand. Stephen.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question here, and
Okay,
under the self-assessment.
okay.
So, my question is that how can you know the career that is suitable for you? Because most people have the talent, but later they fail. Example, when it comes to football, our most of our footballers who has the talent, later they fail. But those people without the talent, they make it. And let me take you also into the Bible. We have so many people that they were anointed people, but at the end they fail. Example, I can say Nebuchadnezzar, Samson. How? Why? Why people have the talent, but later they fail? Yeah, that is.
Exactly. That is a great question that you have asked. The talent that you identify from the beginning is the starting point. It is only the starting point for the career development. It is not final in the sense that as you go along the line, you must be improving, you must be adding on, you must have a discipline for yourself in order to maintain that talent. If you go through some of the challenges that people have along the line whereby they fail, it is because they deviated with through indiscipline, either through womanizing or drinking or some bad association and the things like that, which have destroyed the talent that they have. For the talent itself, it is still there. I mean, the knowledge that they have, it is still there. The only thing is that they have not have the discipline to carry it on to the highest of their ability. That is why you see that they fail along the line. But it doesn't mean that the talent itself is bad, but they have not been able to maintain it. It's like the lesson that we learned about the talent that was left for the servant, where the owner, or let's say the rich man, left and traveled. You see, someone went and buried his talent because of fear that something else will happen to him. But the others were able to take the talent and then invest it. So they were able to develop the career. They were able to invest their talent. That is, they were able to improve upon what they have. But if you just have the raw talent, you don't develop it, you don't keep on improving along the line, it will fizzle out. That is, it will finish. And then you will think that something has happened, but it is because you didn't pay attention to it. I think this will answer your question. Yeah.
Sure, that's true.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. So let's go back to, okay, let's move on rather to the career awareness. So the next stage is career awareness. And then what careers are available in your choosing areas? Okay. So let's take it that you are good in sports. Okay. If you are good in sports, maybe football may be the one that you are good at, or maybe volleyball or whatever. Which area have you chosen as a path for yourself? If it is, for example, you are somebody who is good in the numbers, maybe you want to go into accountancy or finance or maybe engineering or things like that. You are good in numbers, therefore you can easily add up numbers together, do calculation and the rest. Which area are you choosing for yourself? But before you can select the right one for yourself, you also have to look up to people that inspires you. You know, we talk about mentors. Who is the one that inspires you most? For example, you want to become a lawyer. Which lawyer that you look up to, maybe in your country or around the world? Maybe there might be a seasoned lawyer who is very talented in a specific area. For example, if you come to Ghana, you are talking about somebody like Chachuchi Kata, who is very talented in the laws. And therefore, somebody would like to look up to somebody like that. Or you go to the international relation, there's somebody who is very good in international relation, or you are talking about Kofi Annan or other people. So which person do you look up to? Does that person inspires you? And then there is another aspect of career awareness. Do you see it as a long-term goal or temporary to another career goal ahead of you? That's point number 3. There are many people who want to do something temporary so that after a while, they will move on to a bigger career. Yes, that is also something that you can do. But as far as it will not remove you from your main task or your main goal, you are more likely to succeed if you go ahead and develop the talents over there. So, for example, Joshua is very good in photography and the rest. You know, so he want to pursue that to the highest level. You know, but alongside he have other things that he wants to do in order to get to the higher career goal of becoming a seasoned video or photography personality. You see, things like that will be something that you should be looking at. Maybe something temporary to do in order to get to the highest level. And then you need to talk to experts in your chosen field. If somebody is very good in the area that you want to be, maybe you will need to talk to the person. For example, if you look up to becoming a chartered accountant, you may look to a very seasoned chartered accountant and then have a few discussions. I mentioned it before in most of my presentation that I talk to 2 personalities who actually shaping my life. I talk about Mr. John Maswa Kwao from Ghana, and I also talk about another seasoned chartered accountant from the UK, Mr. David Bishop. These 2 personalities have shaped my career because they were the experts already in the field. And then they were able to help me to get to how I want things to be. Yes, there is a question from Lynn. I would like to ask about what if the career is something you are good at, but not interested in? Yes, that is something that we can look at, Lynn. So yes, I addressed this particular point in the first video that we did. So I'll share that video with you, but I will answer it over here. You first have to be interested in what you want to do. There are many people who are interested only in the money aspect. This is the career that pays money. Therefore, if I take this career, I will become rich. That is what people look at. And then, or if I take this career, I'll become famous. But you are not called for that. I'm using the word called. You see, if you are called for a certain profession, it means that it is an area that is chosen by God for you. In other words, you are just naturally good at it. Therefore, your interest will also be there. But many people look at the money aspect. They only want to get money. And therefore, as far as the money is coming, and then it is good. but that is not the case. You should only focus on the area that you are good at, and then you can develop your talent along the line from there. So we should not look first at the money aspect, but we must look at where the talent is first. I think that is the only way that you can succeed in the career. Are you getting it? Yeah, so the interest part is the key part, and that is the area you should pursue. Don't look at that it is good or not good. Where your interest is where you should pursue first. Okay, so we will, yeah, and okay, let's proceed. How do you set your career goals? Setting your career goals is something that is always difficult. I would say that let's say give yourself 3 years, give yourself 5 years, and that's not what I'm talking about. But setting your goals is that where do you currently stand? Okay, let's say that you want to become a seasoned photographer, but you have not even held a camera before. Maybe that is your starting point. Or you have been taking some amateur pictures with your phone, but you have not held a professional photography machine before. Maybe that is where you stand now. Or you want to become a chartered accountant, but you are now in a business school. Maybe you are doing your first degree in accountancy or something like that. That is where you stand now. So what I want to talk about is that where do you currently stand in the career development path that you are setting for yourself? This will be the starting point of the discussion. And then how long will it take you to reach that goal? You say, for example, if you want to become a medical doctor, and then you are in secondary school. In secondary school, you are completing before you enter into the medical school. It's going to take you like 6, 7 years before you get there. Okay, and then not only that, but it requires some resources, financial resources, material resources, and things like that to support yourself in order to get there. Okay, so these are the things that you have to look at. And then what are the resources that are needed in order to help you to achieve those goals? Now, what are the stumbling blocks that will be expected along the line? There may be some difficulties that you may face along the line. Maybe the money is not there for you to continue, or maybe you have to stop in order to work for 1 year, 2 years before you save money to continue. Or maybe as you started studying, you start doing your studies, you decided to get married. So you got married and you work for 3, 4 years before you continue. Some of these things that I'm referring to. They are stumbling blocks, or maybe something that give you a stop over a while. Not necessarily bad. They are not bad things, but they stop you for a while before you continue. Okay. And then how do you overcome those stumbling blocks? That is the blocks that stop you for a while. You know, you must find a way around it. That is, you have to do something extra. Maybe you need additional resources or additional study period or time in order to be able to catch up when you lose time. And then also, do you need help from someone? You know, in every aspect of life, we all need help. So you need to talk to people who has more knowledge than you in an area that you are studying or in an area that you are pursuing. For example, our brother Stephen is a footballer. At the same time, he's also been training young children for how they can play ball and things like that. Maybe he needs more expertise in a particular area. Where can you get that expertise? Or maybe he needs to go and do advanced studies in some areas so that he can become a proper coach. of little children who are trying to learn how to play football and things or other sports, you see. Or he may like to bring somebody to do part of the training so that he focuses on another area. So this is what I'm talking about as a help. You might need help along the line because you alone cannot do everything 100%. So you need someone to guide you or to assist you along the line so that you will be able to achieve those things. So setting the goals also depends on where you stand. As I said from the beginning, where you stand. If it will take 5 years to become what you want to become, if it will take 10 years to become what you want to become, or maybe just 2 years, all those things will depend on how you set the goals. But you must set the goals with all these points in mind, that you will need some help, you will need to take a long time to achieve it. There might be some challenges on the way, there will be some difficulties along the path, and then you prepare for these things. Any question from this side?
I have a question.
We are almost finishing. Okay. Yeah, Stephen.
I think I have a question under career assessment. So under career assessment,
Okay, let me go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made mention of, you said if someone want to go higher, the person must look for a model. You understand? Someone you can learn something from. You look up to.
Okay,
like a model.
career awareness. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was, yeah, career awareness. Yeah. Mm. So my question is that, most of the people, they look up onto the people that are in big positions, you understand? But later, those people fail. Later, some people call them corrupt people. So how, let's say you want to be like Stephen, and later you heard I'm a corrupt person, they sacked me for my job and blah, 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 blah. So like this, how can the person get the confidence to move on? Because the person he's looking up to, the person is not even real. How can the person that you are looking up to, the person is not straight? How can you get confidence to become even more than that person?
Yeah.
For example, let me use our African leaders as example, our government, and even I will use Kofi Amwabin, the UT boss, as an example. He was very big man in Ghana when we are talking about, like, when it comes to, I think, finance and those stuff. He was a big man and people were looking up to that man. But now checking up his situation, if someone is looking up to such a person and such a person fail in life, how can the person get confidence to become more than that person?
Yes. Yeah, that is true. You see, that is why I always say that we must all work hard to maintain our position that we have in life. You don't know who is looking up to you. For example, I don't know who is looking up to me, maybe from a distance. From a distance, someone looks up to me as one of the best chief financial officers. And therefore, I shouldn't do anything to fail that person. That is to fail in life in order to fail that person. Most of the times, yes, we fail in life. You can have a business failure, you can have a career failure, and the rest. But the most important thing is to get back on track. That is to be able to move ahead. Yeah, if you look at what you gave example of UT Bank man, yes, he did very well. He has motivated a lot of youth in the business who have also done well so far, those who have looked up to him. But along the line, the business failed. That doesn't mean that he failed entirely, but it was a business problem. And I feel that Yes, some things went wrong. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it is a total failure, but he has a business issue. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that we must all work hard in order not to disappoint those who look up to us. Yeah, talking about African politicians or whatever, I think we have problems all over the world, even in Europe or in America and the rest. Look at even the Donald Trump's problems, you know. They also have their own problem. Uh, Americans have their own problem. Europeans, they have their own problems. Politicians and all that, you see. But if you want to focus on career development, I think you can be able to get people in your industry. Okay, if you are a footballer, there must be a talented footballer. Maybe it's in Zidane or whatever, who was a successful footballer who has become a coach now and he's still doing well as a coach. Okay, you can look up to somebody like that. If you are looking for somebody in engineering, you or maybe architectural science or whatever, you may have somebody successful in the area of that. So there are people who are still good that we can look up to, and therefore we shouldn't say that because people's failures are there, we shouldn't look up to others. I think that's how I'll look at it. Yeah, Benny Skuma, you are welcome.
Okay, God bless you, Mr. Kofi. But I have one question that is always bothering my mind. And the question that I want to ask is that in case, let's say you are engineer, you are a boss, you open your engineering school, and let's say the fees only rich people can afford into your business, but the poor people has the talent, they know everything, that if let's say you give them the opportunity to come to your school, you can get much benefit from them, but they don't have the money to enter your school. How are you going to deal with this situation? For example, in my football academy, I am the CEO of Prestige Football Academy. I have many rich people, but they don't have the talent. But the poor people, they have the talent, but they don't have the money to come to the academy. How am I going to help such a people?
Yes, there are always help. That's what I believe in. There are always help that comes along the line for people. Once it is meant to be, the help will come. So most of the NGOs also support people who are less privileged in businesses or maybe in career development or training or the rest, and they support people who are who have the raw good talent but not have the necessary funding support. NGOs have been helping in that. We have some philanthropists, individuals who also like supporting people with such abilities. And I could say that I am one of such examples. Okay, I am one of such examples that I came from a very low background, but I was taken up and all my fees were paid for. And I didn't have the money to pursue my ACCA course from the UK, but somebody devoted and paid for me until I became a chartered accountant. So there are people in the system that supports. And for this reason, I also made that my point that I will use my skills to support people, especially in terms of training and development. Like you see, some of these courses that we run, we don't charge anything. It is free of charge. You see, but these are knowledge acquired along the line, but I share with people so that they can also come up and develop themselves. You see, so yes, it is true that people may not have the ability, they may not have the resources, but the help do come to people, and then as far as they pursue the rightful thing and the rest, somebody may come along the line to support them in order to grow them. Yeah. Okay, we look at the goal setting. Okay, let's look at the skills training and development. Skills training and development. Then we said get set for your training. That is formal education or informal. So when we talk about formal education, this could be for you are going to a full-time school, like, or maybe even if it's part-time, you are going to achieve some certificate or diploma at the end, or maybe degree at the end of the program. That's the formal education. There are a number of informal education also, like training, like short-term courses, or maybe you want to get some knowledge in Excel, or you want to improve your English, business English, or those sort of short courses. Maybe or somebody take you through some training so that you gain some knowledge. These are all part of the training that is necessary. And then you must focus on your chosen path. As I said earlier on, that many people wonder, the English word is wonder, okay? They wonder in their mind too much. Oh, I want to become a nurse. Okay, tomorrow I want to become a doctor. Oh, okay, I want to become a health assistant. Oh, I want to, they are not able to focus on one thing to do. Their mind is wandering so much that they are not able to focus on whatever they want to do. Once you have chosen a particular path for yourself, which we have taken from the beginning anyway, we've seen how we can set the goals and all that, then you must now stay focused on that. Don't try to jump from here and there. I want to do this. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, okay, I'll do that. And then you will never be focused on getting things done. So that is the problem for many people. They are not being able to finish any education. Okay, he started studying accounting for a while. He dropped it. Okay, he's gone to CIB. He wants to go and lecture Institute of Bankers. Okay, he did by part one. He dropped it. He wants to go and learn economics in a different things like that. You know, the person is not able to complete any of the educational careers that he's pursuing because the person is jumping here and there, not focused. Okay, then another thing is that you must learn from industry experts. I talked about it already. I think we discussed it also, and Stephen has given example of someone, and we talk about it. You see, learn from people who are already in the field, who are successful in the field. For example, if you want to know about economics and then the development economics, have you ever studied the lifestyle of people who have made it big? You may be talking about the Nigerian woman who has just got the position of WTO, who was very, very successful in that field and has climbed to the highest position. Or you have looked up to people who were very successful in any industry that you are talking about. You see, look up to them and just read their biography and then see how they made it. Not necessarily approaching them physically, but you must read about the people and the problem they face, how they made it, how they overcome it, and things like that. And then you must learn the rudiments of the career. When we talk about the rudiments, you must look at all the nitty-gritty part of the, the career. People want to just have the certificate. No, don't be interested in only certificate, but you must be interested in knowing the job, knowing what you claim to have the certificate for, so that when it comes to a point of delivery, you will be able to deliver well. But if you jump the steps, then you will find it difficult along the line. Like you want to become a medical doctor, and then some of the medical books, you refuse to read them, or you dodge classes. Then one day you go to the theater, you want to operate a person. You see, you are going to kill the person because you refuse to attend the classes and things like that to know how to operate a human being. But all of a sudden, you got a certificate, and now you are there as a medical doctor. You are going to kill. And this is what happened in many industries, not only doctors and whatever, even in business. Some people in their career development, they destroy things because they didn't pass through the rudiments of their training. And therefore, they go a long way to destroy their own selves or kill somebody or do something to somebody's business. The number 5 point is to mature quickly by focusing on your studies and lessons. Yes, maturing quickly is that sometimes people continue to learn the same thing for a very long time before getting it. But get time to mature quickly under the aspects that we talk about, and then following the rudiments, and then making sure that things are done properly. I think this is the best way that we can achieve uh, our training and development goals. Okay, this is about our last but one slide. So let's look at it. Post-training performance. That is after you finish your training, you finish your planning, or maybe you finish from the beginning to the end. Now you are on the job. What will you do? So you need to deliver on your jobs with all integrity and fairness. That is, you make sure that you do all your job carefully and nicely in order not to jeopardize your career. That is a key thing that we have to look at. Secondly, you also need to make sure that you stay away from office politics and gossips. In the offices or in the workplaces, a lot of gossips here and there, a lot of politics. This person is the boss, this person is aligned with the boss, another person is closer to the boss, and they try to get things under the table. They don't want to follow the rudiment or the rules of the company, things like that. But you must avoid all the office politics or workplace politics, let me say so, and then the gossips. And then you see the mentors are all over. So I mentioned in several points. So seek help from mentors when needed, and then continue learning as you are still fully working. People just stop learning when they start working. They don't learn anything anymore because I've finished education. I am now working. No, nobody finished education. So we must continue to learn and learn and learn, and then let's make sure that it is okay. I think there are some points that are coming. I'm just seeing some of yeah. Okay. I think there were a few questions here and there. So, or maybe they are comments. It was sent on my WhatsApp group. I think it's still coming from Lynn, isn't it? Okay. So, okay. Thank you very much, Lynn, for your comments. Yes. So,
Thank you. Answering.
yeah, I've just seen some of your comments. Yeah. So, what do we do? Any further question? What we do as a firm is that we provide both online or offline facilitation of training programs, seminars, and workshops, groups, associations, and institutions. We also help in strategic planning, budgeting, funding, proposals, and business plans. And if you are looking for funding for your business or institutions, we'll be able to assist you. And then we also do counseling on marriages, on stress management and depression management. And I think my wife specializes in that aspect. In Myanmar, we have talked to a number of youth that were under stress or depression. They find it difficult to adjust themselves to life because things are difficult, things difficult here and there. And So they have been under pressure. We have been able to counsel them, guide them, and things like that. So you can contact us with the email that is there, and then also on the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is +95, so 9767942587, or also on Viber, or you can send us an email. You can also check our website, and also visit our Amazon page where we have books that have been published. And then these books will go a long way to help you to develop yourself. And we can now open the floor for more questions if there is any question. If we have, for those who joined late, I think I saw some people joining late, but I don't know whether they have been able to have a full grasp of what we have discussed. Do we have any question?
Yeah, I think this is my last question I want to ask. I have a friend in Ghana, and he's having a degree in business management. He's very good, but he said he has been failing. He has been failing about 20 interviews. He is very good. He has all the certificates as a businessman, but when he goes to interview, he failed. So such a person, what will be the best solution for this guy to get a job?
Yeah. I don't know how I can say it over here, but you know, when you fail, you must continue trying. That is the best I could say. Uh, okay, I think Benis, you are welcome. You went off and came back. Yes. When you fail, you must try again. If I tell you the number of applications that I've written before, and then the interview that I have attended before, it will surprise you. There was an interview I attended before. I was sacked from the interview because they say I was overqualified. I think they were looking for accounts officer with an maybe part one of ACCA or ICA Ghana. Then at that time, I had a part two, and I applied for the job. When I got there, they sacked me from the interview because they say I am overqualified. And there are several interviews I attended. I didn't get a job, but eventually I got jobs. So I will encourage you to encourage your friends that he should continue trying, and also he should learn interview skills. Maybe you can give my email to him. He can email me or WhatsApp me. Interview skill, how you should comport yourself during interview, and then what you should say or what you should not say. There are some people also, when they go to the interview, they mention some huge salary that they are expecting. You know, you must always mention something minimal that is acceptable, and you should not be so big in your. So something, it needs some coaching here and there, but if you continue trying, I think he will be lucky to get some job. I believe. So you might need some guidance a bit about some of these things. Yeah, on how to prepare for an interview and things like that, and how to answer questions, how to respond, and things like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Any further question? I think all of you have closed your mic, so you can open your mic if you have a question. I think, who else is there? I can't see most of there is Hope, there is Lola and Lynn and Pamin. Are you all from Myanmar or?
I'm from Myanmar.
Lola is from Myanmar. Okay.
I shared on my platform, so most of the people.
Yeah,
Here.
from Myanmar. Okay. Any question from Bernice? Okay. So we will end it over here, and then next week we will be focusing on setting up small businesses. It is also part of personal development, but how you can be getting some income as you continue to grow yourself. I have most of my books which address this very well, and it will be able to help you nicely on how you can grow your business and then how you can make it happen. So I think it is something that we all have to look at next week. So thank you very much for joining us today. I'm grateful for the program. And then thank you for your participation from Stephen, Mensa, Joshua, Badago, Elijah, Serena, Hope, Lynn, Lola, Parmin, Bernice, and then Alice. In case, Bernice, do you have any question?
I do have a lot, but I think I came in very late and my audio wasn't working. I'm not sure. So I just connected. But then I would join the next ones you'll be doing so that I'll pile up my question and then bring it in.
Now, if you have any question now, you can still ask. Sorry, you joined late, but yeah, you can ask. We talk a bit about career planning and how you can plan and then execute your career, and then how you can identify which the talent is okay with you. And yeah, so
Okay.
you can.
Then I missed the talent part. It's very important to me at this point. Okay, so what if you start a career plan? Through the planning process, I believe one of the things is to contact people, experienced people, who
Yeah.
are already in the business or people who have a fair idea. And whatever plan you've come up with seems very good to you, but you contact few people and you get discouraged by some people. Of course, encouraged by others, but then people who are into not into same business, but then different, but then you feel with their expertise, they could advise, get to discourage you based on your
Mm.
country's way of not accepting their own people. How
Mm.
do you go about such things? Do you just back out and then replan, come out with something all together?
Yes, I always advise people that they must continue forcing until they get what they want. It could not be from the same person, but from various sources that you can be trying. Uh, I remember very well before I started pursuing my accountancy course, I approached a few number of, even the first point of my discouragement was that somebody came and told me that, hey, nobody has ever become a chartered accountant from your village, and therefore you will not be a chartered accountant. Nobody. At that time, I was studying under a tree, and the person came to me. He was a senior elderly person from our village. He said, nobody has ever been a chartered accountant from our village. You see? And I went ahead
Wow.
to prove a point that someone can become a chartered accountant from our village.
Mhm.
The second point,
Yeah, it starts from somewhere.
when I started the course, a lot of things, because I was torn between choosing ICA Ghana instead of Chartered Accountant Ghana, or I should do from the UK ACCA, because ACCA was very expensive.
Okay.
I couldn't do it, but then I started seeking for help. I wrote letters for people to assist me here and then. I didn't get help until two people came in to assist. You know, so gradually the help started coming as I continued to push and push and push towards it. So I will advise that you don't give
Okay.
up, you don't stop along the line because people are getting you discouraged. you continue the fight until you win. I think there are various sources also that in those our time, you cannot even get information online and things like that. But here, this time around, a lot of information online, even where you can get help from, a lot of sources. So you will be able to achieve. Yeah. So you will succeed. Don't be afraid and don't be worried about the discouragement. It is part of something that will make you strong for tomorrow.
Sure. Sure. Well noted. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. But Bernice is like a daughter to me. You most of you don't know. So it's my elder brother's daughter. So and she also studied accounting at the university.
Then she will be my nephew.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much. We will. I will send the information around for next week. We will look at how to set up a small business and how to run it to make it work. And then even with the challenges that we are facing and how you can make things work. And then this is also part of the personal growth or personal development that I've been talking about from time to time so that we will be able to learn from it. Yeah. And I think there are some questions coming in. Yeah, then the next one is going to be next week, Tuesday again. It's going to be next week, Tuesday, maybe same time. If this time is convenient for all of you, it's going to be the same time. Yeah. So that will be okay. But if it is not okay to you, let me know. Okay. Okay. So it is an evening in Myanmar. So from our Myanmar friends, I'll say Jesu de Mare.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jesu de Mare Yabade. And in Ghana, it's the afternoon is 1:23 p.m. So I think you are all hungry. You have to go and take your lunch at the moment. So I wish you all the best, and let's meet next week again. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Okay.